Well, I was gonna connect my headphones and I just forget to connect them. So I hope you guys can hear me well, and if you don't hear me, please let me know. So as we know today, two bills have passed, HR 8 and HR 1446. Both are about the expanding background checks. And while I plan to make a video about those two bills, I want to talk to you about something else. And it's my analysis that what is happening right now, because my brain, my head is going 100 miles per hour. And I'm trying to process all the information and everything that's going on since the election, since everything. So if you've never heard of Maslow hierarchy of needs, I'm going to explain to you a little bit what it is, and those of you who know what that is, you probably know what I'm going to say right now. So you may have been wondering, like me, why all the rush? Why all these executive orders? Why the passing of all these bills so aggressively? Why are they doing this like right away? They have been in power for only a few weeks, and it seems like they are just pushing everything extremely fast and extremely hard. And one thing I could not avoid thinking is the Maslow hierarchy of needs. They're doing, in my view, they're doing everything right now is because everyone else is worried about something else, something more important. For instance, people don't feel safe because of the pandemic, because of the COVID. So people are guarded. People don't have the time to look around their environment and what's going on in the government to pay attention to it and take action. Many people are trying to satisfy the other needs, their needs of food. Some people lost their jobs. So they are pushing. If you're wondering why they're pushing all of this right away, like so hard, so strongly, it's because this is the perfect time to do so, because people are not paying attention. I mean, it's hard to say and hard to admit that, but I can tell you, the vast majority of people are not paying attention. I've even heard some people, well, it passed the House, but it probably won't pass the Senate, and we would need one vote from the Democrat to flip. I'm like, isn't that too close for comfort? So and this is not rocket science. This is how it happened in Venezuela too. Many people ask me all the time, why the Venezuelans don't rise and they, take over the country. I'm like, they're hungry. They have to satisfy their needs, the basic needs of food, security, love. And if you don't have those if you don't have those needs satisfied, you don't move up the ladder. You see, you don't have to move up to argue with the government or at least say, hey, you're infringing on my rights. You need to do this and make it that phone call. So I'm just making this, awareness, making an awareness to you. So it is time for you to really open up your eyes and see probably why you're stepping back and you're not calling your legislators. Why these bills are passing right now. If you don't know what HR 8 and HR 1446 are, you really need to do your homework right now and pay attention to those issues. Because before we know it, it's not gonna be just about background checks. And for those of you who think, oh, but Gabby, they have been telling us for years that they're about to take our guns. Well, let me tell you something. Without you knowing it, they have been doing it. Okay? Look, all the laws that have been passed through states, Washington State, Florida. And if you need more examples, you have California and New York. Those are the guinea pigs. And where is the Second Amendment? They're trying to do right now at federal level. Okay? What do you think it's going to take before they tell you which firearms you cannot buy? Because that happens in California at federal level. When do you think it's going to take for the government to say, you know what, now we're not going to accept importation of firearms? You know how it happened in Venezuela? People think in Venezuela the gun control and confiscation of firearms happened right away. No, it didn't. It did not. One of the first things that they did was creating a chokehold on gun shops, gun ranges. So what happens when you make a chokehold on gun shops and gun ranges? Then they have to close their business. They didn't tell the regular citizen, oh, you cannot have your firearm right away. But guess what? Now people cannot buy ammunition. People cannot buy firearms. And little by little, what happened is that generations keep on going, right? You get older. And those that you leave behind, your children, your grandchildren, they don't have the same rights that you did. And then eventually, like life goes, you're going to die, right? And then you're going to come into that path not having what the freedoms that we enjoy. So don't expect that this is going to be like, oh yeah, they're never going to take our guns, or they're not going to infringe on my rights. You may not see it right now, but it has been happening for the last few decades. Think about how laws have changed in the few decades. What is the pattern? Is it the pattern for more freedom or less freedom? So right now, it's not the time to think, oh, they want to, I don't know, incite a civil war, whatever. No, it's not going to happen, because people are worried about their needs and basic needs. Put food on the table, to find a job, to pay their rent, to feel safe in their environment. They don't have time. They don't. So this is the time right now to take action and do something for our country, okay? And that is calling your legislator. I don't care if they're Democrats, if they're independent, Republican, whatever. Call them up. This is unacceptable. It passes in the House, and guess what? In the Senate, there's not much hope. So it's not tomorrow, it's not Friday, it's today. Make a plan today on what are you going to do, the actions you're going to take to call your legislators and tell them, hey, no, you are infringing in our rights. Okay? Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit over the top. Dude, come on. You know? So I just want to lay that out, print out the what these bills are, get informed, get educated. And I read the other day, I don't know where I read it, but I read something that says it is hard to take action in the moment when it needs to. In the sense, it's annoying that you have to call legislators and all that. But you don't want to wait until things get worse, because guess what? Then it's going to be 10, 20, 100 times harder, because it's not going to flip. Once it passes, it passes. Okay? So I'll leave you with that. Keep it in your conscience. Do something. And I don't want any more complaints. People tell me all the time, hey, Gabby, thank you. What are you doing for the Second Amendment and all that stuff? And all the people, you know, that we are out there speaking up. But I need you. I need you to step up. I need you to call the legislators. I need you to help everybody. You know, this is for everybody. So anyway, bye. That's all I have.